All right, everybody. Uncle Gavin's been trolling down in Florida. Let's have a look.
To members of the United States Supreme Court, to right-wing Republicans all across this country, do you have no common decency, respect, or even common understanding that kids should not have one of these? This is an AR-15. This is a weapon of war, a weapon of mass destruction. But you're out there promoting and allowing marketing of these weapons of war.
What do you mean never been commissioned?
Kids,
in war.
Supporting and celebrating gun manufacturers that put up advertisements like the ones you see behind me. These are cartoon skulls with pacifiers in them. His and her
that's a good point, you know.
Cartoon skulls of children with pacifiers. Yeah. This is what the right wing
of indoctrination,
is
right?
And promoting.
So
indoctrination.
Think of the children, right?
Yeah. Oh, they're thinking of them, all right, and how much money they can make off of them, selling some of these cool, whatever logos.
No, but for them, there's a separation of business and politics, not a separation of church and politics, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a culture thing. I don't think so much that they're trying to sell to kids. I think they're just trying to get this ingrained in their brains very early on, just like the smoking advertisements, and kind of an irony, too, if you look at the way we view other stuff that's portrayed in the media. You can't show smoking in anything anymore, at all.
No,
unless
you can't
put like
show
a preclusion, like, this contains tobacco smoke. Well, we can show people getting shot every 2 seconds. That's radio with everybody. Like, what is going on here?
That's very true. True. Yeah, well, it's interesting that the language he's using is really trying to use their own arsenal, against them, right? Giving them a taste of their own medicine. So, the perspective is important because I think that, why is one side ultimately right just because you like it and the other's wrong, even though, both sides are trying to do the same thing, but for their own, on their own side of the spectrum of the argument. So, well, let's see the rest of what he has to say.
All right.
He looks pretty angry.
Industry in this country. The good news, if there's any, is that this ends at least today in California. I just signed a bill. So the gun industry and those that are backing this industry can no longer market to our children. The idea we even have to do this is ridiculous. This law, by the way, goes in effect immediately because decent human beings, people with common sense, know that we should not be allowing this kind of disgusting marketing to go on another day.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Brilliantly done. Somebody's got to be doing this. People like Trump and DeSantis can't be the only ones out there trolling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree with him, but the problem is when the lawyers, they just they use it wrong. They use it to just logjam gun companies, with lawsuits, and you have to be careful of things like that.
Yeah. Right.
Because they're not it's not like Philip Morris. They don't make that much. I mean, they make money, but they're not that big.
Well, gun manufacturers are pretty big. I mean, it's a big industry here. It's bigger than anywhere else.
Yeah.
I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, well, what I wanted to say is that California is already a very heavily regulated state in terms of gun laws, right? And what I'd say is that I appreciate the sentiment, and I rather something be done than nothing. And with that being said, I mean, it's important to also know that some of the laws are imperfect, and I think that they don't quite, truly address the
issues,
the dynamic, this issue, the situation that they're trying to, I like this, but I guess we'll see how it gets implemented, and hopefully it's not being misused.
Yeah,
how could you misuse not advertising guns to kids?
Exactly. So it feels pretty clear cut, this one. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Why are you letting 13-year-olds rent Call of Duty and shoot people up? You should be more asinine about things that are age restricted because they go out of their way anyway with the regulations to make sure everything's got a label. And again, going back to the rating system of, even movies and film and TV. We're asinine about
this is
you can't show boobs, but you show somebody getting shot in the head, it's just fine. It does go back to a culture thing, though.
Totally.
It's harder to regulate that kind of stuff. But this leads, I think, a little bit more to some shame. As he said at the beginning of the video, have you no common decency.
Yeah.
Which something like that, I mean, that image there is pretty, pretty grotesque.
Yeah. Well, good on Gavin, and you know what? Again, I just like the moves he's trying to make, and personally, I still have my criticism about the gun stuff, but overall,
I have criticism.
I think about like
but he's
all the stuff with PG&E and stuff. Yeah, but again, I see him not letting that stop him, and definitely being connected to the pulse of the nation, and really connected to all the hurt that we felt, from the recent gun violence.
Right.
And then we've had it for so damn long. But yeah, just, again.
Yeah. And this isn't the only thing that he's done either. So he's got another video that he put out. If you want to pull that up.
All right, let's get
that he released just before Independence Day.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote, restricting speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge all of you living in Florida to join the fight, or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom of speech, freedom to choose, freedom from hate, and the freedom to love. Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 2022.
It's Independence Day.
Yeah.
Why did it start
freedom from everything except from like soul draining commitment to the paycheck to paycheck life.
Right. Well, it depends on where you're at, I mean, and again, if that's what it takes to live in California, Florida,
exactly.
I'll take it all day long. I'll pay the higher fucking gas price to not live in Arkansas. Believe me, it is worth it.
Oh dang, them's fighting words. Yeah, but no, I'm very happy. I live here very happily, and I definitely agree. I also do feel lucky that I am able to, be in that position to afford it pretty much. But while I can, I will take advantage and do my best to enjoy the life here. Yeah, but so anyways, Gavin, keep it going.
Gotta love it.
Good stuff.
Roll away.
Roll away.